Be ready for an incredible journey. We're going to show you 7 crucial items in this video that you should subtly get rid of. We kindly ask that you actively participate in this journey with us, leave your comments on every subject we discuss, and watch the entire movie. You're in for a voyage of growth and learning. You have the next few minutes to think thoroughly about who you are and gain a deeper understanding of it. We think the lessons we're going to impart will transform and educate you. Now let's get going. First thing to note, you don't have to justify yourself to those that hurt you when dealing with them. There's no need to take offense, dispute, or confront someone because of their negative attitude. Even if the person you thought was a perfect friend made mistakes that offended and injured you, it's preferable to move on and stop looking for excuses. Keep your cool and concentrate on your personal development. That person might need you and ask for your help at some point. At that point, it's sufficient to simply say no. And give an explanation if necessary for your actions. You don't have to assist this person if they betrayed your trust and lacked moral integrity. Therefore, there's no need for arguments or altercations. The best course of action is to gently cut that person out of your life, since their deeds will eventually catch up with them. Let the future decide what's best for the two of you while you concentrate on taking care of yourself. We are demonstrating a great deal of respect for ourselves and our limits when we let go of the desire to defend or explain our decisions and allow ourselves to proceed. It's critical to keep in mind that we are under no need to associate with those who devalue or injure us. Everybody has the right to be respected and valued for who they really are. Consequently, by deciding to discreetly cut off ill-willed individuals from our lives, we're taking a courageous step that will benefit our mental health and personal development and help us live a more genuine and satisfying life. The second is superfluous goals. You will occasionally come to understand how important it is to make decisions, behave a certain way, or follow your own path. You may occasionally have to give up on some objectives in order to focus on the course that most closely resembles your true self. This is quite common, as we don't always accomplish our goals, and sometimes we have to make trade-offs between some things and other ones. But it's crucial to quietly cross off these pointless objectives without making your movements publicly known. Avoid giving away information or leaving hints, because these could expose your primary tactic. Be more astute during this process, tactfully eliminating less crucial objectives and implementing progressive life adjustments as the cards are dealt. Always act discreetly, safeguard your intentions, let authenticity lead you, and choose the course that best suits your personality. Point 3. Interactions. It's important to avoid divulging personal information or venting to others about the reasons behind the breakup of a friendship or relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. You and the other person engaged own the intimacy you share. Others don't need to know why. Nobody should be made aware of fighting or other unpleasant circumstances, because this will just fuel rumors and exacerbate the problem. Consider what transpired and have a discussion with yourself if you feel the need to vent. The desire to impart information could be a sign of open wounds. It is therefore appropriate to study these habits in private and without disclosing them to others, regardless of the circumstances. It is imperative that you end any bad relationships in your life without telling anyone about them. The healing and acceptance process will be facilitated by keeping these things private and addressing the problems inwardly. Respect everyone's right to privacy and dignity, and use caution and discernment to look after your mental health. Fourth point, try not to yell at others while you're under stress, and try not to show off too much rage or impatience. If you're angry, channel that energy toward things that will make you feel better. Make the most of that energy by using it to push yourself toward your objectives and prepare your body for stress. Refrain from acting on your feelings, think about them, and use the built-up energy for something that will make you stronger. But be cautious and discreet as you move forward, because losing control in stressful situations can reveal weaknesses. Try to quietly release this tension by finding solutions, carrying out your obligations, and utilizing logic as a tool. Valuing what and who is already in your life will help you overcome the urge to publicize your problems. Develop an attitude of thankfulness, look for discreet ways to release tension, seek out inner equilibrium, and adopt better coping mechanisms when faced with obstacles. In order to demonstrate your sincere desire for change, if you have read this far, I kindly ask that you leave a remark. Please feel free to subscribe and give a like for more videos like this. Now let's move on. Fifth point, refrain from passing judgment on someone else to others. It's actually not appropriate for you to even have such thoughts in your mind. When you speak poorly of someone, you should really think about the image you are projecting. Instead of trying to improve or have an intriguing conversation, you decide to ruin the mood in order to express how you feel about that individual. I beg you not to do it. Don't make public statements about someone you favor or despise. Develop your diplomatic skills. It's possible to keep your distance from someone you don't like, or at least strive for a bearable cohabitation. And always behave sensibly. If you and that person are at odds, try to communicate, have a discussion, and come to a decision. However, as previously stated, you should quickly abandon these beliefs and assessments you have about other people. Regardless of your feelings towards someone, always behave graciously, demonstrating your ability to adjust to your surroundings, evolve, and engage with others in spite of your differences. A more peaceful atmosphere and better interpersonal relationships can result from acting with decency and empathy in all of your encounters. 6th tip: try not to evaluate yourself against others all the time. Without considering other people, each person's path, accomplishments, and victories should be respected. Comparing our life to those of others is a destructive habit that can impede our own development and have a bad effect on our emotional health. Furthermore, it depresses us because we run the risk of succumbing to the negative comparison trap, concentrating on our perceived shortcomings rather than appreciating our positive traits and achievements. We lose sight of our own objectives and interests when we always evaluate ourselves against others. We lose sight of what's really important and become fixated on what we believe others should be ours or what we should accomplish. This keeps us from progressing on our own path and realizing our personal objectives. We can develop thankfulness for our own situations and celebrate our own advancements and achievements by doing away with comparison. Recall that every person has their own particular circumstances and manner of being, and it is neither fair nor healthy to compare oneself to others. Everybody has unique life paths, problems, and strengths. It is more beneficial to concentrate on our own education and growth rather than comparing ourselves to others. The 7th point is using social media with awareness. For a brief while, see your life as a book full with amazing tales, lessons learned, and adventures. Imagine social media as a library where millions of stories are shared every second. That's how it should feel. Pretty exciting, huh? However, continual comparison poses a minor risk. We frequently catch ourselves contrasting the great points of other people's stories with our own difficult chapters as we turn through the glossy pages of these digital narratives. This comparison, which is frequently unjust and exaggerated, can set off a vicious cycle of envy and discontent. See how this could be detrimental? In light of this, we must learn to restrict how much of these digital stories we consume. Consider coming to this online library with a specific intention in mind. You go in, find exactly what you're looking for, a relationship, ideas, knowledge, and then you walk out, going back to the world of your own book, the book of your life. But how would one actually go about doing this? Rather than being engrossed in social media at all times, set up specified periods of the day to check it, such as during breakfast, a break at work, or at the end of the day. By doing this, you may establish a framework that keeps social media from taking over your thoughts and time. Asking yourself what the purpose of every online interaction is another smart move. Consider whether you're just passing the time or trying to accomplish something worthwhile. This contemplation can assist in distinguishing between purposeful utilization and mindless passive intake. It's also critical to identify the warning signals that social media use is having a detrimental effect on your mood or sense of self. It could be time for a break if using these platforms makes you feel depressed. Spend this time getting back into real-world pursuits that make you happy, such as reading a book, taking up a hobby, or just taking in the scenery. By implementing these techniques, you can safeguard your mental well-being and rediscover the beauty of your own narrative without always comparing it to that of others. Recall that every person has a distinct route to follow, replete with successes and setbacks, highs and lows, and that's exactly what makes each story, including yours, so valuable and unique. As we come to an end of this discussion, I would like you to consider how you can begin writing the next chapter of your life right now, focusing more on the things that really matter in life and less on the impact of the digital world. Together, let's go off on this path of self-awareness and development. Apply the insights of the greatest philosophers in history to take control of your life. The 21st century Stoic is your roadmap to success, well-being, and resilience. Transform obstacles into victories, tension into fortitude, and doubt into understanding. Now is the time to click the link in the pinned comment and start your Stoic path to a successful and fulfilling life. I appreciate you seeing this video.